Today was a big day. R. Kelly got sentenced to 30 years in the slammer for sex crimes and human trafficking. I first heard the breaking news during stream while watching Moistcr1tikal compete in the London Major Rocket League tournament, and I gotta tell ya, I was blown away. Here was my initial reaction to that information. R. Kelly just got 30 years.
It's possible to show
Victory scream!
for something new.
Huh? I think most people know R. Kelly for the time that he pissed on an underage girl. Most people just kind of remember him as the super soaker sprinkler tinkler who just urinated on a fan who was underage. That's mainly his legacy, but some people do also remember him for his music, but outside of his music, he has a long history of doing awful, awful shit that he's finally going to prison for. I'm honestly surprised his bribery attempt didn't work. I remember he made a very public statement saying that if he's found innocent, he'll release more Trapped in the Closet chapters, and I really thought that would do it. I figured that would clear his name, the judge would just throw out the case on the spot because he'd be hungry for more Trapped in the Closet lore in the extended universe. But I was surprised to see that the judge held strong. He didn't waver, even with such bribes on the table, something that no human being can really resist. More Trapped in the Closet, are you kidding me? So hats off to the judge for not giving in to temptation and sin. For those that don't know, R. Kelly is the mastermind behind the Trapped in the Closet epic, which is a 33 chapter long song, each chapter being its own self-contained song, and it is one of the finest pieces of art our species has ever concocted. I can't even find the right words to describe it. It's just on a whole nother level. Like, this is why we were put on this goddamn space rock, so that way we could listen to Trapped in the Closet eventually. All roads of evolution led to us listening to Trapped in the Closet. It is so unbelievably goofy. I'll give you a brief synopsis, but I won't be able to do it justice. So the song was created by R. Kelly, who must have been dangerously close to a ketamine overdose when he came up with the lyrics. It's just kind of like the first things that popped into his head when he made this, but it's all about cheating. And then the crazy series of events that happens as a result, just like a cascade of lunacy. So it's like an opera where they sing back and forth, and it starts with a man cheating on his wife, and it's set to one of the wackiest beats ever. It's like something you'd find on Fiverr by accident. It sounds like an alien abduction, so there's like a water phone going off, like with some kind of really basic like hit and snare behind it that's just and a leaky faucet on top of that that'll just hit you with one of these. And then in comes the lyrics, which are absolute genius. It starts off kind of tame, you know, things like, I'm cheating on my wife and I know that she'll be mad, but god damn it, just had to bust a nut so bad. And then it like really starts ramping up, like, I hear her husband, he's climbing up the stairs. I hear a chainsaw revving. I said, damn it, that's not fair. So I pull my Beretta out and I put it to his wife's face. And I said, put that chainsaw down or I blow this bitch's blood all over this place. So then he puts the chainsaw on the floor and I said, good. Now we can talk like adults. And he said, no. I said, you sure? He said, yes. And I said, why? He said, no. Like, he gets into an argument with himself in his song. Like, those are bars that he'd spit back and forth. Like, no. He said, yes. I said, yes. He said, no. It's fucking amazing. And then it just like, he always ends every chapter on a twist, so it'll be like, it turns out that's not his wife, it's my wife, and I would never abuse her, and there's a knock at the door, and it's me from the future, future, future. And then it's like, going into chapter 2, it's amazing, it's fucking amazing. Also, I stole that last line from Andrew. We used to spit Trapped in the Closet style lyrics back and forth at each other, and he came up with like a beautiful cliffhanger for R. Kelly Trapped in the Closet with like the time travel line. It's just so unreal. Like, I still can't believe that it actually exists. I listen to like the first 12 chapters pretty often. He ends up introducing like 40 characters, and then going into like chapter 13 through 25, he completely switches gears where he doesn't follow any of those 40 characters and instead follows Rosie the nosy neighbor, who's just a side character. Just completely shifts it. And it's a lot more boring. Like, it really falls off after chapter 12, but, you know, it's hard not to appreciate the first fucking 12 chapters of this goddamn thing. It's unreal. So I really thought, you know, like, bribing the judge with more of this might just do the trick, but it didn't. Long story short, you might know him from Trapped in the Closet, and if you don't, you should. Realistically, I think most people remember his Ignition song. That was the one that was like the chart topper for him. That one was really popular. But I also remember him for a different song that wasn't quite as popular. It was an Ethiopia concert where he performed a song that tried to get women in the audience to come back to America with him, supposedly to join his sex cult. It's a really odd video that not a lot of people mention.
You have your passport. Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Who wants to come back with us to America? To America.
Fuck, I live in America and I was about to buy plane tickets to come with Rob to America. Shit goes hard, you know? Like, how can you say no to that? I still can't believe this is real. No one really mentions this for some reason. It's so goofy and disturbing to just go on stage and try and like manipulate people into like wanting to go with you to like a allegedly like a sex cult thing. Fucking pretty blatant. Even made a whole song around it because the background band also even chimes in with some harmonies saying like America, America. And like they're clearly in sync with the music, so they practiced this, they rehearsed it, they knew this was going to be a song. Like, do you have your passports? Did you get your shots? You want to come back with me to America? Kind of weird, kind of silly. But that has nothing to do with any of his charges, I don't think. I don't know if this is something he's being charged for. But overall, he just has a long history of being an absolute fucking villain. A long documented list of tons and tons of evidence to support the claims of a lot of victims of his, and really it's overdue that he goes to jail for these things. So that's great, even if it comes at the cost of no more trapped in the closet. God damn it, it's a sacrifice we're gonna have to make. And to be fair, R. Kelly could absolutely make more chapters of Trapped in the Closet while in prison, because the beat is just a leaky faucet and then a couple of like drum hits, which you can just simulate on literally anything. Like that could work, and then just a leaky faucet noise. So really, this doesn't even have to be the end of Trapped in the Closet. Who knows? This could just be the beginning. And transitions into more closely related to his life, like Trapped in the Cell, something like that, perhaps. But anyway, I think this is great news that he finally received a long sentence here for all of these crimes. I know this has been like an ongoing legal battle for quite some time, so I imagine this is a huge sigh of relief for all of the victims to finally have justice served here, with R. Kelly basically receiving a life sentence. He's 55 years old, so 30 years here. I mean, that's probably gonna do it. But yeah, anyway, that's about it. See ya. I'm sure you all know about the Drake Bell situation that occurred earlier this year, but did you know that Drake Bell recently had his own response video to all of it? He went full YouTuber apology video without tears and without like an animal nearby, so pretty amateurish work. And he just came forward saying that all of it's a lie or completely misleading. I want to make it clear, I'm not a fucking lawyer. I'm also not extremely knowledgeable on the Drake Bell case. So what you're about to see is just me kind of going through the response video and doing like a little bit of research on it, but nothing thorough. I'm not really like diving into the meat and potatoes of it. There's plenty of YouTubers that do know more about the case. For example, this video here was pretty informative. So just keep that in mind, alright? I'm not exactly coming in here as ace detective trying to get to the bottom of it. The victim in this situation seems 100% genuine, so I'm absolutely inclined to believe them 100% over Drake Bell. In his response video, there's a lot of things that he really fails to really capture the depth of what happened. There are some things that he completely just leaves out and spins in a different way. And I just wanted to make it clear, like when I go through the response video here, I don't know that much about like everything that happened. So just keep that in mind. Alright. I've got some big news. Tiana just informed me Drake Bell may be innocent. He released a video today. He says that he never even changed his name to Drake Campagna. This is big. I don't know why he'd wait so long to say this. I feel like after you've been labeled Drake Campagna by the media for like 2 months, you might want to at least come forward within that time and be like, no, I actually didn't do that. Alright, let's see.
Hi, I'm Drake Bell.
Hey, Drake.
Drake Campana.
Damn.
Soy Drake Bell. Yo no soy Drake Campana. A lot of the news that you've been hearing, well, most of the news that you've heard recently is entirely false and wrong. And I feel that you deserve and I owe you an explanation. I've never moved to Mexico. I've never been a resident or a citizen of Mexico. I don't have a Mexican passport. I didn't get arrested. I didn't go to jail.
Wait, what? Whoa. You didn't get arrested? Wait, you were in court, though. What was the court about, then? He absolutely did get arrested. Right? Because he received child endangerment charges after being arrested and charged in Cleveland. Yeah, I've got it pulled up right here. The actor was arrested and charged in Cleveland earlier this month. Well, that was back in July. But I guess this could be a lie. I mean, I wasn't there to see the officers put his ass in cuffs or anything. I mean, it seems like a weird thing to make up about Drake Bell, of all people. Newsweek and Insider were the two that first ran with he changed his name to Drake Campagna. Not exactly reputable. Though he himself posted a picture on Instagram insinuating that he was moving to Mexico. Drake Bell also changed his Twitter handle to Drake Campagna.
I know that this has moved very quickly for you, but for me, it's been a 3-year thorough investigation into every false claim that has been made. And it's not me telling you that the claims are false, but the state of Ohio has proven the claims to be false.
And who is this Mr. Ohio?
True, my situation would be very
Can we trust him?
I would not be here at home with my wife and my son. Yet when I became aware of their age, all conversation and communication stopped. And this individual continued to come to shows and pay for meet and greets, and all while I was unaware that this was the same person I was communicating with online.
Hold on, let me check the sources on that as well. Because he pleaded guilty. Yeah, he pleaded guilty to felony attempted child endangerment and a misdemeanor charge of disseminating matter harmful to juveniles. So, let's just say all the claims were false. Everything they ever said about Drake Bell were false. Why would he plead guilty? I mean, I guess I could have offered him some kind of deal. But, like, that's a hard thing to refute. Because he literally pleaded guilty to felony attempted child endangerment and disseminating matter harmful to juveniles, which I believe is dick pics. And then Bell states, I accept this plea because my conduct was wrong and I'm sorry the victim was harmed. It was not my intention. The victim, who is 19 now, spoke at length about the damage Bell has done, saying he began grooming her when she was 12. She said she initially felt loved and protected by him during online chats, and his messages became blatantly sexual after she turned 15. She says remarks made her feel uncomfortable, but she felt trapped because she idolized Bell. Woman said she and Bell exchanged explicit photos online and engaged in sexual conduct with her on several occasions, including at a concert in Cleveland at a hotel, and she called Bell a pedophile and a coward. Bell's attorney, Ian, said that there was no explicit photos or sexual conduct, and the inappropriate conduct that did occur were reflected in the charges Bell pled guilty to last month. Those charges were felony child endangerment and disseminating harmful material for juveniles. Yeah, the pink and blue walls is really making it hard to trust anything he says here, if I'm being honest. He harmed her eyeballs with his gross penor. You'd make a fantastic attorney, let me tell you what, Caltros. Oh, here we go. The attempted endangering children charge relates to the concert where Bell violated his duty of care and created a risk of harm to the victim, Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office spokesperson Tyler said previously. What does that mean? Also, Cuyahoga is an intense name. That sounds like a goddamn, wrestler. Or like a barbarian. How do we know Megan isn't behind all of this? Can you imagine that fucking prank? Megan actually set all of this up. Comes into court and just slaps down the papers and calls him a boob. Although the trial already happened. There's already tons of memes of Drake's trial on YouTube. I didn't watch all of it. I watched a little of it, but, it's pretty popular.
Not Drake Campagna. So they're...
They put a laugh track to it and everything. It's a very public trial. Pretty unlucky if you Drake Campagna. They got memed to death. This one, by far, the finest meme. I'll start from the beginning.
Okay.
Let's fucking go! I'm still doing... While I play this, I'm gonna do more research on the case, since Drake is saying it's all a lie.
My understanding, there's been a plea agreement reached where the defendant will plead guilty to count 1, attempted endangering
It
children.
just sounds like this guy needs to clear his throat. Can someone get this man a lozenge?
Mr. Bell, how old are you?
Currently 34.
How far did you go in school?
GED.
Are you presently under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir. No, Your Honor.
Are you undergoing psychiatric treatment?
I mean, I've seen a psychologist. I don't know if that's psychiatric treatment. I wouldn't have mentioned that, sorry.
Okay. You understand what we're doing here this afternoon?
Yeah, it just goes on like that for 5 minutes. It's pretty good. Also, to the guy that said you should watch the whole trial instead of 40% of it, bro, you're giving me way too much credit. I haven't watched 40% of it. I watched 5 minutes of a Nickelodeon spoof on it. So yeah, there's really no more elaboration on the violated duty of care statement, but it seems like there were no cock pictures. And it also doesn't seem like he did an EDP and sent a shit pic. There was no poopy pics exchanged either, from what I understand, so...
I want to make clear that there were no sexual images, nothing physical between me and this individual. I was not charged with anything physical. I was not charged with disseminating of photographs or images or anything like that.
That is true. I
This
just looked that
is
up.
Strictly over because of the messages. I felt that it was the best way to...
So did that 12-year-old
get
girl
this
design your
individual
house, Drake? Like, what is going on here? I
involved
can't stop
in
looking at the
what's
background.
going on.
True.
Do your own research and come to your own conclusions. And I just want to say thank you to all of you. I want to for sticking by me, and I love you. And I will see you soon.
All right. But I mean, yeah, pleading guilty to that stuff is still not good. So what was like the sentencing then? Since he pled guilty, do they just, is it like probation or something? Because I don't see any follow up on that. Yeah, it is probation. Never mind. I just found that follow up. I don't know how I missed it. It's right there. It's probation. I love his explanation. Don't worry, I didn't send dick pics, but I did send sexually explicit text messages. Much better. Well, yeah, that, you know, when you break it down, I guess that actually is the message. Those pink and blue walls are rough. 100%. His house is a gender reveal party. True. I'm coming at you as a sweaty boy right now, but what do you want me to do? It's hot out. Sue me. I actually left my house today and went outside, if you can believe that. I'm like a vampire. I can only go outside for like 10 minutes at a time before I start to whittle away and just melt into a pool of ooze. But speaking of suing, rest in peace Activision Blizzard, am I right? I've been saying for years, probably about a decade, that Blizzard is a shit company that I'm not a fan of. Not to wiggle my finger and say I told you so, but for a long time I think they've just been a horrible company. They have not been that golden age Blizzard people like to pretend that they still are. This is a company known for spontaneous layoffs without warning and other horrible business practices. And you remember Warcraft Reforged? Like, it is a company that is so far out of touch and so corrupt that it's gross. And then they merged with Activision to form Activision Blizzard, and it was like the Power Rangers coming together to make a megazord of pure filth. It'd be like combining dog shit and horse shit and then creating the ultimate pile of shit, which is Activision Blizzard. And now they're engaged in a lawsuit with the state of California over sexual harassment allegations, as well as some really, really deplorable stuff in there. I learned about this on stream the other night, so I'm going to play the clip of going through the articles and talking about it from the stream. And there's just a few more things that I'd like to talk about as well. The first thing I'd like to mention is actually a point that Mudahar made, Some Ordinary Gamers. He mentions in the article, they talk about the cube crawls and how, like, oftentimes in the office, people are just, like, fucking blackout drunk, apparently. And that is a real explanation for why the games are always so bad recently. Mudahar pointed that out, and that totally escaped me while reading it because it was just overshadowed by so many other awful things. But that's such a good point. At work, they're supposedly treating every day like a frat party, just butt-chugging blue moons in the cubicles and throwing back the brewskis while they're coding their games, which would explain why they've been so lazy and broken in recent years. And then the last thing I want to talk about before playing the stream clips going through the lawsuit allegations is the people that keep harassing World of Warcraft streamers as well as current Blizzard employees online. That behavior is wrong, super fucking silly, and you're really dumb for it. World of Warcraft streamers, a lot of them have made that game their entire life. They depend on it, and streaming it is a full-time job. And you're asking them to go ahead and throw away their entire career overnight with no backup plan? That's fucking terrible. And you harassing them to do it, trying to force them into it, is just absolutely awful. And then people keep going on Twitter pretending like they're some kind of vigilante by talking shit and harassing current employees that have social media accounts. And they're targeting people that aren't even associated with any of the allegations at all. And a lot of them they're targeting are women who most likely are victims of some of the stuff in the allegations if they're all true. So it's super fucking shitty all around, and they're demanding people quit Blizzard right now. Oh yeah, that's a really reasonable ask. People that completely depend on Blizzard as a company to provide for their family, people that have most likely dropped everything to work at Blizzard since it's been coveted as a dream job for so long. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep harassing them till they fucking quit. It's silly, and that harassment is the worst fucking shit. The people that do that are super dumb. So yeah, now let's go through the lawsuit allegations. Activision is sued by California over workplace culture. The lawsuit says women at the gaming company were paid less and discriminated against, and it described the culture of sexual harassment. At Blizzard? Are you serious? The company that fired like 800 people with no warning out of nowhere? They would... No, what? This must be a dream to work at. I can't believe it. I like that this is all they're known for. The video game maker that produces Call of Duty. World of Warcraft has fallen so far out of favor that now Call of Duty is what Activision Blizzard is known for. That's fucking adorable. 2-year investigation, huh? Frat boy workplace culture. Yeah, when I think of frat boy, I think of fucking gamers at Blizzard. So this was like a common thing? They would do cube crawls? What? A female employee died by suicide during a business trip as a result of her sexual relationship with her male supervisor. Before her death, male colleagues allegedly shared explicit photos of the woman, the lawsuit said. What the fuck? Holy sh... Well, this is a lot worse than I expected from just that one tweet. I have said for a long time, I do not like Blizzard. Way before it became cool to hate Blizzard, I've been saying that shit for fucking years. But not because I knew any of this. I just think that company fucking sucks. Like, they just openly hate the people that play their games, I feel. Like when Asmon switched to Final Fantasy XIV, you had that Blizzard douchebag that talked about how Asmon's the asshole because now he's not playing World of Warcraft. Am I the only one that finds it weird that companies feel like they have to do an anti-harassment training course for their employees because they can't fucking trust them to not be weirdos? I feel like if you hire someone that you then have to educate on how not to grope women in a cube crawl, they probably just shouldn't work for you in the first place. I find that to be just super weird. Charlie from the future here. Yes, I understand this is standard procedure for most companies to have this kind of mandatory training. What I'm saying is I just find the whole idea a bit goofy that you'll hire someone that you're a bit concerned will start groping your female employees, that you have to give them like a course on how not to be a sexual harassing lunatic. I'm just saying I find that to be kind of wild. I just feel under no circumstances should you hire someone that could be a danger to your other employees. Like if someone comes in and does a great interview but then ends it by saying also I hate women, that should pretty much be the end of it, and it shouldn't be one of those things like, well, it was a great interview up until then. I think if I give them the right training on how not to hate women, they'll be a great asset to the company. You know, a little rough around the edges, they hate women, but I think we could get that out with some training. I just feel like that shouldn't be an option, to be like, okay, maybe just go with somebody else who doesn't hate women that is also still qualified for the job. Oh yeah. Big Bobby K got that massive paycheck boost. And he earned it, man. He was crawling those cubes, man. He was on the prowl in the office, I bet. Fucking shaking people down for money out of their pockets. Yeah, just for those that don't know, the CEO of Activision Blizzard, Big Bobby Kotick, got himself a $155 million paycheck bonus. So if you're wondering why upcoming Blizzard titles might be missing some features, it's because Bobby snatched that shit right off the table and put it right into his wallet. I remember the Riot Games one. I remember in the Riot Games one, some of the women reported that their higher-ups, their supervisors, would often go by their cubicles and just fart in their face. Well, not directly in their face like beef stew, but they'd walk by and fart and just crop dust the office. I remember reading about that. I think working in the video game industry has to fucking suck, man. It sounds terrible. It sounds truly awful. Yeah, especially for women, man. This is like, what is this, the fourth company now? How many were there? There was Ubisoft, there's Riot, Blizzard, and what was the other one? Wasn't there one more that I'm forgetting about that we literally just read about? Fucking wild case, man. This just happened too. This is 51 minutes old. The state of California just pushed this shit through, it seems. No wonder all the main Blizzard people left within the last 3 to 4 years. Yeah, I wonder how long it's been like this. So this is a 2-year investigation. I wonder how long it's been in this state. I guess Valve is the best place to work for. Well, yeah, because they don't make anything. Working at Valve has to be fucking easy, man. You just show up, you go on Steam once or twice, like, yeah, what's going on? Okay, I'm going home. A newly promoted male supervisor delegated his responsibilities to his now female subordinates in favor of playing Call of Duty. So that you telling me this fucking supervisor said, I don't feel like doing this, you women take it, I'm gonna go play COD with the boys? You fucking serious? Holy shit. Wow. Complaints weren't kept confidential. So that defeats the whole point of complaints. And if you complain, you get punished for it. Nice, very cool, Blizzard. Ooh, these are fighting words. They distorted and in many cases false descriptions of Blizzard's past. Goes on to say that they were required by law to adequately investigate and have good faith discussions with us to better understand and to resolve any claims or concerns before going to litigation. But they failed to do so. Instead, they rushed to file an inaccurate complaint, as we will demonstrate in court. Truly shameful shit from Blizzard if all of these allegations are true. I'm inclined to believe them here for obvious reasons, but also because I really don't think there was some hidden motive. This was an investigation done over the course of 2 years, and I don't think there was any real motivation for them to lie about things or distort the truth in any way. I think this is reporting on the facts that most likely occurred at this company over the course of those 2 years. I also really am a bit blown away by Blizzard's Mad Max style threat, we're gonna prove that you're wrong in court when we enter the legal Thunderdome. That'll teach you. That seems a little silly to me, especially since they're being very dismissive of everything. And this is Blizzard versus the state of California, I believe, so it doesn't... I don't really see why they're trying to puff out their chest or anything. It just seems absolute goofy to me. There was so much more, which of course I didn't cover in the stream because it was so brand new then, but there were other things such as they made a female employee write a 1-page paper on how she's going to spend time off, even though they didn't require that from anybody else. It's some really awful stuff. This was base level stuff in these articles, and since then there's been more that have come to light. This whole thing is super sad to see, and even worse because it's not that unusual in the video game industry, it seems. We've seen it at Riot, we've seen it at Ubisoft, now we've seen it at Blizzard. It really does seem like women get treated like shit at some of these major companies, which is just awful. At the very least, though, at least it's easy to boycott Activision Blizzard since they don't make anything good anymore. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to talk about this because it's a pretty wild story to see. And also, one more thing, I see a lot of people defending some of the behavior here, saying they were clearly just joking. And I just want to go ahead and put that shit in the dirt real quick. In the allegations, some of the jokes they were making were just about them wanting to rape the employees or something like that. They would just joke about raping the women employees at the company. That's not a joke. That's just fucking weird. That's a threat. That's creepy and that's scary. That's not a joke. You don't just write that off. If you just go up to a woman at the company and say, man, what if I raped you? Haha. It's not a joke. You're a fucking weirdo. And you should absolutely just get fired on the spot for that shit. So I don't know why anyone ever defends that. I really don't get that. I just wanted to say that real quick because I saw quite a bit of that on Twitter. defending that portion of it where they were talking about that in the allegations. So yeah, that shit sucks. The whole thing's horrible, and that's about it. So yeah. Usually when I talk about Twitch drama, it's goofier topics like that girl who was banned for queefing into her mic. And by the way, she was kind of a pioneer, like an actual innovator in the field. She was like the Tesla of farting. And the Queef Queen actually started a trend on Twitch for a little while, where recently ASMR streamers were farting into their mics for sub goals. So unfortunately for the valedictorian of vaginal air expulsion, she was just a little early to this. She just was ahead of her time. Had she been queefing during this meta, she could have probably popped off on subs, but she got there too soon. Also, those streamers that were farting into their mics also got temp bans for it, so the result was the same, but she wasn't able to squeeze as much juice from it as they were able to. But anyway, this is not one of those goofier topics. Today we're talking about something actually serious, like genuinely awful. Yesterday I received quite a few emails and mentions on Twitter letting me know about a streamer who was allegedly exposed for grooming underage girls and being a predator, shit like that. And for some reason, the guy that was accused of all of these things mentioned me. In this video on his channel, it says, hopefully Charlie will make a video on this and help prove my innocence, he's a homie. I don't know if this is about me, but a lot of people seem to think that it was. I want to make it clear, I don't know this guy, so I haven't defended him or anything like that, and I don't know why people are emailing me asking why I'm defending him when I haven't done or even said anything about this until right now. It's important to know that all of these are just allegations at the moment, nothing is proven, but seems like some pretty hard evidence. This isn't just some Twitter dog shit where one anonymous account says, in 2013 at MegaCon Orlando at the washing machine enthusiast booth, Soda Poppin was groping on my nutsack, fondling it a little bit aggressively. It felt good at first, then it got a little weird when he started tugging on my nutsack hairs, and, ever since then I haven't been the same. Soda Poppin's a predator. It's not just baseless nonsense or anything. There is real evidence against this streamer for the things that they're being accused of. So since that video title has led people to believe that I'm somehow involved in this whole thing, I thought it was at least worth talking about. So I want to go over the full lore of the situation, as well as some things about it that just don't add up about all of it. So this all started with a thread on Livestream Fails, LSF, also known as the home to XQC's clips. If you miss an XQC stream, you can just check Livestream Fails and see every single moment of it posted there on the front page of it. Of course, I'm only kidding, there's Ms. Kiff clips as well. But last night there was an anomaly. Some kind of fucking solar eclipse had occurred on Livestream Fails where the top post wasn't XQC or Ms. Kiff, it was this. And it's about this user talking about their experience with a streamer. And you can read it for yourself, but the gist of it is they were following this channel in 2018 and randomly decided to check in on them that evening. And he believes that his name must have sounded similar to a girl's name on the platform because the streamer reached out asking if they were a girl and asking to chat, and then the following ensued. I'm blurring out the streamer's name everywhere just in case this all does turn out to be false, a hoax, or even worse, a malicious attempt to ruin one innocent person's career. So I just want you to keep that in mind, that that's why I'm doing that, just because none of this is completely confirmed beyond a shadow of a doubt. He reached out using Twitch Whispers, which is akin to using AOL Instant Messenger to get in contact with somebody. No one has used Twitch Whispers in years. This was probably the first time this was even activated since Twitch launched. Nobody uses Whispers, so, call this guy old-fashioned. This was pretty wild. I didn't even know this even still existed. It's an archaic system. More people use carrier pigeons than Twitch Whispers. But as you can see, he gets in touch. Are you a girl? Yes. Why do you ask? Want to DM on Discord, and then tries to add them. So they decide to add them on Discord, and this is the conversation they have. He asks what state and how old they are, so basically some Omegle shit, ASL, age, sex, location. They respond with 17, 18 soon. Streamer says, really nice, young, I like that, I could fly you to me, maybe. And then the conversation really starts to look like something you'd hear Chris Hansen reading. They ask when they started to follow. They say, check in the chat and I'll type something. So the streamer responds with, when you were a teenie then, hee hee. I actually haven't heard or seen the word teenie since I was a fucking teenie, 11 or 12 years old. So that was quite a blast from the past. And then this is where it gets very fucking weird. The streamer says, "Let me show you a little vid. Are you home?" And you can probably already guess the video that they send. I'll go ahead and spoil the surprise. It is not an EDP situation where he sends a picture of his shit. He sends no shit pics. This is a video of him jerking off, beating on his meat. Just playing the skin flute. Obviously won't be showing even a pixel of that video. From there they say, "Would you love it, honey, if you could sit on me and feel my hard dick in your pussy? Hee hee, bunch of hearts." Well, that's kind of sweet, right? I mean, that's like Valentine's Day kind of shit right there. And then he says that he's horny, as if that was a secret. I mean, there's nothing left to the imagination here. I mean, he sent a video of him jerking off. I would imagine there's some horniness levels reaching critical mass. You go in fucking nuclear meltdown mode of horniness. Then again, "It would feel so good for you, baby. Would you like to? Hee hee, babe." And then that's when the poster says, "I'm making an LSF thread right now. You like grooming young girls. I'll get you banned everywhere." So he basically just says that he's making the thread about all of this. And then in response to him revealing that he is not a 17-year-old girl and is in fact going to be reporting this behavior on Reddit, the streamer responds with something I can't show anything of, because he drops the N-word a few times, but he basically says, "I knew you were fake," and then says the N-word quite a few times. So I'm not showing any of that, but that's where those screenshots end. He then gives a little evidence to prove that the Discord account that he's sharing in the screenshots belongs to the streamer, and that's kind of where that interaction completed. In the comments, other people were finding video clips where the streamer was asking how he can delete every video on his hard drive at the push of a button once all of this was coming to light. It seemed like he really wanted to find a program to scrub his hard drive of all of his videos all at once, which is a little weird. Some of his old tweets were dug up where he was talking about having sex with 14-year-olds is less of a crime than stealing Coca-Cola, as well as some other really fucking gross tweets. But I'd like to talk about a few things here. On LSF, there has been a few times in the past where a poster has made a thread about a streamer they don't like, accusing them of some horrible things that turned out to be completely false. Even though the evidence made a lot of sense, they'd have like screenshots of shit. What they didn't show was what actually transpired, being like extremely manipulative, lying and stuff like that in order to get that kind of reaction and make that kind of narrative on LSF in order to just farm karma points or hurt the streamer they don't like. I'm not saying that's what happened here, I'm just saying this kind of thing has happened in the past and was proven to be a hoax. Like the fucking Bigfoot or Satchmo, shit like that. Right now, this is the only post and only person talking about this streamer like this. I can't find anything else from anyone sharing a similar experience they've had with this streamer or anything even close to this kind of experience with them, which strikes me as a little odd because if he is grooming underage girls so actively that he would reach out to someone in his chat he thought was a girl based on just their Twitch name, you would think there'd be other victims that would come forward and share a similar experience with this person, but I haven't seen anything like that. It is possible that this is just so new that no one else has had a chance to come forward with that kind of information. This is less than a day old, so that's definitely a possibility, but it does strike me as odd that he's so active that he'll reach out to someone that he even has like a small fucking smell of a female in his chat and reach out and like start jerking off for them, that it would only be this one isolated incident. That would strike me as like a pattern, not just like a one-time thing. So I would have expected more people to have similar stories, but I haven't seen anything like that yet. So for now, this is all we have to go off of. And the tweets are extremely suspicious, but what really strikes me as odd is that the profile picture is like the stereotypical neckbeard thing, like very self-aware neckbeard anime weeb. It really seems like a parody account. On Twitter, there are people that are open pedophiles, like that's not uncommon for Twitter, but it strikes me as weird that the profile pic would be like the neckbeard people make fun of, like the anime shit neckbeard thing while saying these things. It really seems like it was supposed to be satire, and I don't know if it is or not. Either way, it's dog shit satire, but the account's been deleted, so I can't really go through and look at all of it myself. There's only a couple screenshots of the individual tweets now. And from what I was reading from the active members in his community during all of this, he wanted to be on LSF. Apparently they were saying he always wanted to be the top post on LSF, so it almost seems like it could have even been manufactured to a certain degree, which would be the dumbest fucking way of going about that, to have you be labeled a pedophile by so many people in the Twitch community, I don't think does anything good for your streaming career, if that really is what was going on here. So I don't know if I really believe that, but there are some things in this that just don't make sense to me. The Discord having no profile pic, immediately sharing his Discord and then going 0 to 100. Hey, where do you live? Do you want to see me put my finger in my urethra? Just fucking tugging on his meat real hard after like 4 text messages back and forth. Like, it all just seems really fishy to me. And his chat going on about how you fell for Malord's schemes. They kept saying, like, Malord, treating him like he was some kind of supervillain mastermind and we were just pawns in his game. Like, this is exactly what he wanted, which wouldn't make him a mastermind and make him a master fucking idiot, because this is such a dumb idea for, like, publicity, if that really is what's going on here. It just really, all of it just doesn't add up to me. Like, to be so open about, you know, pedophile predator shit, that just doesn't make any sense. There's also this, so the poster was replying to a comment which is now deleted, and he says he's been famous in his chat for grooming young girls on Discord. When he whispered me, I wanted to see if that's true. That statement directly contradicts what he says in the opening statement in the thread, where he says he just randomly decided to go to the stream and then he just typed something in chat and then the dude reached out to him. Like, that's a little different. Now he's making it sound like he was in there with like a mission, like he was going in there as the fucking vigilante and was finally going to expose him, which is completely different from the narrative that he started with in the original post. He had also recently been banned and had only just been unbanned like less than a week ago, and then all of this happens. Like, it's just so many things in the story seem so strange. And then to, like, on that same night talk about, like, how do I delete videos on my hard drive, talking about, like, I need to scrub the hard drive, every video needs to go, someone quick help me, I need to get rid of all these videos. That doesn't strike me as someone who's, like, actually panicking about all of the accusations. That strikes me as someone that's trying to farm karma and attention out of this. It really does seem like the behavior of a troll, like an extremely edgy, really misguided troll. I mean, because now there's like articles about it that are talking about his alleged pedophilic behavior that he's exhibited, you know, over the course of like the last 5 or 6 hours. Those articles have been coming up. So it's like a really bad idea if this really was the plan. But overall, I just wanted to talk about this because for some reason I was mentioned in it, or at least people perceived that I was mentioned in this. So I at least wanted to talk about it and give like the full breakdown of everything going on. The whole situation's fucked up no matter what is actually going on here. And if everything from the LSF post is true and that's exactly how it all happened, then this is an extremely serious case where this guy needs to be off of Twitch ASAP, as well as have some kind of investigation done, because this is some really fucked up shit. I just wanted to talk about it, and yeah, that's about it. So yeah, you and me, we need to have a talk. Come here. Don't be afraid. I caught you with your hand in the cookie jar, and I'm not mad. I'm just fucking pissed. I don't know how much more clear I can be when I say I can't stand it when people harass or insult someone or some community I make a video joking about. When I make a video, it's mainly for entertaining purposes. I never, ever want anyone going out of their way to harass and insult whoever or whatever it was about. I actively discourage that behavior, and it keeps happening, and it's making my asshole fucking raw. If the video is a complete joke, there's still some people that get so hateful towards whatever it was joking about that they'll go out of their way and harass them. I don't get it. Stop. Like, for example, I used to make some videos watching some goofy cooking videos where the chef makes some silly recipe, you know, here's Chef Danger, and today he's whipping up his signature chocolate mayonnaise omelet, and I'd make just some lighthearted jokes about the cooking, and I can't do that anymore because people, for some reason, took it to some extreme where they'd go to that person's content and leave hate comments endlessly, just being a massive fucking douchebag to the person when it wasn't serious. We were just joking around. And I know on the internet saying just joking is the lamest thing you can ever fucking say, but I have no other words to describe it. Like 90% of the time when I make a video on someone else's content or a topic, the person that it's about reaches out to me and we become friends. Like with Ordinary Sausage, we became friends through me joking with his content. Like, it's never serious. I make videos just for entertaining videos, not to lead some kind of fucking movement or crusade against someone or something. Like, it's just not that fucking deep. Just to be clear, I know it's not a lot of you that do this. I know it's not a ton of people engaging in this. It's a very, very, very small number of people from this community that do this awful shit. But just like when it comes to Minecraft stands, where a small portion of the community does some horrible shit, I want to just get ahead of it and completely disavow it again in front of everyone and tell you that it is unacceptable to me. I don't encourage it. I don't like that shit. And to the small number of people that do put on like the cape and mask and then head to the fucking comment section to be an asshole or start DMing the communities or the people just to be a douchebag to them, please stop. You're not a member of the Justice League keeping the internet safe one hate message at a time. You're just being a douchebag. The reason I'm talking about this is because it happened again yesterday. I was covering a subreddit that I thought was a really goofy place. I called it the worst subreddit on Reddit. I never showed the subreddit's name, and I did that because I wanted to make sure that no harassment or anything would happen to it. I even gave like a full disclaimer, please don't fucking do this, like the goddamn FBI warning on the old VHS tapes that pop up before a movie. But just like the fucking little "Are you sure you're 18" message that pops up before entering a porn site, it was useless. Because people still went out of their way and did it because I made one massive mistake. I didn't censor commenters' names. In fact, that thought didn't even cross my mind. I had this level of trust with the people watching that there'd be this understanding like, hey, we shouldn't go harass them. He even said he doesn't want that, and it's also not that serious anyway, so there's no point. Let's just sit back and be entertained. I thought I could trust having the names not be censored. Like, it didn't even come across my mind like this could be a problem. But it turned out to be a huge problem because over the last 24 hours, people have been non-stop harassing the commenters that showed in the video, and all of the subreddits are privated. So it's been a complete fucking disaster because of that, and I feel like shit. I know on the internet, especially people that are active on Twitter, have this idea that they can save everyone and be the anime hero that they were born to be. But I really didn't think that would come out to play with the topic from yesterday's video, and I guess that's my fault. I thought the topic was goofy enough where we could all just be entertained by it. Yes, there were some very disturbing posts on a few of the subreddits that I briefly mentioned, but none of the comments I showed in my video were those people. So you going out of your way to harass those people did absolutely fucking nothing, except perhaps reinforce their beliefs that nothing good comes from dogs. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you were really thinking, because you didn't do anything to help anyone at all. So, now let me go ahead and explain a few things. I showed the top post from one subreddit that was dedicated to the hatred of dogs, but I was referencing other communities as well, such as the hatred of cats and the extreme hatred of dogs on other subreddits, but I only showed you the top posts from the biggest one, because I thought that would make the most sense to cover the topic. Now, some of the members from the communities, which are now all privated thanks to all the harassment they received, have said that these things never existed and I lied and made it all up. Now I'm going to defend myself. I did not lie and I didn't make it up. As some of the members will also admit, there were quite a few comments that would suggest accidentally letting the dogs out of the house, letting their partner's dog out of the house, or perhaps calling the police on the neighbor's dog that was barking, and maybe the police could take care of the dog. And yes, a lot of those posts were removed by moderators, which is great, but there still were comments that were shared like that. It's not like they never existed and I made it up. They were there. I have literally been on those subreddits for 3 months just reading some of the stories. I have seen them. I have read them. But again, I was referencing other communities that hated dogs and cats that just weren't as big as this one. I was just showing this one to cover the topic. There was another big subreddit, which is now also privated, which was about people that would never date someone that liked dogs or had dogs. And I've read some very awful things on there. But I wasn't showing those, I was only merely referencing them because the video was supposed to be about the whole topic, not just that one specific subreddit. And I guess that's my fault for not conveying that more accurately. I thought I kind of gave it away better by saying like there is other communities like for cats, but I should have made it more clear that it wasn't specific to just this one community. There was a lot of communities also going through very weird hatred of dogs as well as cats that I was referencing. So not just this one specific one. Now, as other people have pointed out, if you've watched the official podcast, it was basically like you read the manga for this here, because we actually talked about this community of people that hate dogs and cats before, and we went over some of the posts. So I've actually been well aware of the subreddit for like fuck, I don't even know, like 3 months now, and I've checked in pretty regularly. So I have seen some of the more awful things on there. And like I said, yeah, some of them did get removed, but they did still exist. And I don't appreciate being called a liar about it when you know full well that those things were in the community, at least for some duration of time. Even if it was ephemeral, those sentiments were shared amongst the communities in those subreddits. Definitely wasn't shared by every member of the community, but there were multiple posts that I've seen over the last few months that were disturbing and sharing those awful ideas. Now, like I said, again, I'll recap it. There's nothing wrong with not liking dogs or cats. It's taking it to a fucking extreme where you're making these wildly long posts celebrating either a dog getting taken away from its owner, or you breaking up with your partner because they had a dog, or your refusal to date someone with a dog, going through like this crazy long rant about how awful dogs are and how like they're the root of all evil. Dogs created coronavirus, and 5G radiation waves are the result of dog glands taking over. Like wild stuff, all relating to this crazy over-the-top hatred of dogs. That's what is goofy and why I thought it was an interesting topic to cover. But there's nothing wrong with not liking dogs or cats. There's plenty of reasons you may have for not liking dogs or cats. A bad experience. You could have been attacked by a dog. You could have only met aggressive dogs. Maybe the dog that you had growing up would just constantly shit all over the place. Maybe the dog got more attention than you and you still are upset about it. Like, there's plenty of reasons you could have for not liking dogs or cats. I don't know why so many of them are saying that I'm now a puppet of Big Dog, whatever the fuck that means, to try and propagate this dog war or something. They making it seem like it's a fucking battle where like dogs are taking over, or like it's crazy propaganda, dog propaganda, like dogs are the ultimate good or something, and anyone that doesn't like them will be executed, or whatever they're going on about. That has nothing to do with anything. There's no fucking dog propaganda. Just people happen to like dogs and cats. Like, it's not that deep. It really isn't. And the only reason I was showcasing this isn't because there's something wrong with not liking dogs or cats. It's having multiple communities dedicated to a crazy hatred of them simply for the fact that they exist, or simply for the fact that other people like them. It was a silly topic. That's all. With some very disturbing bad actors in there, which I didn't showcase, and which I do understand some of them were removed from the communities. But it was still worth mentioning, okay? And that's really all there is to it. But again, the main fucking takeaway is stop going out of your way to harass whoever the topic or whatever community the topic of a video is about. Not just my content, but anyone's content on YouTube. There's a lot of people who cover a lot of different things, and I still see it a lot where people go out of their way to harass, insult, and just go wild about whatever the topic of the video was directly to the people or in the comments or whatever. It's bad behavior. It's silly. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb. And I don't know how many more times I have to just say stop. Just please. Just fucking please. Stop doing that. So yeah, anyway, that's about it. So yeah. Zarathustra performs psychic surgery in workshop. God damn it, I'm going down this rabbit hole again. This looks like an emergency procedure. Jesus, Zarathustra. Please. She's fading. Psychic surgery her back to life. Oh no, don't grab her tits, Zarathustra, please. She's here for surgery, not sexual harassment. I like how he's making his own sound effects. It adds to it. Ooh, that's a very powerful move right there. Very, very powerful. Oh, that's a big one. That's a lot of anxiety he just took out of her. She's about to undo her dreads. Oh, yes, very important. Gotta suckle the milk out of the tits. Looking good. Honk it, twist it, but be gentle. It's surgery after all, psychic surgery. Ooh, there it is. Yep. Ooh, that was a sour one. He didn't like the taste of that. That energy was raw. That was uncooked. Yeah, so I motorboated you. What about it? What do you mean sexual harassment? It was surgery. Zarathustra's Magic Wednesday in Norway. That is the sound of magic, yes. Man, you can just see the relief on this woman. There we go. Brush it off. Yes. Perfect. I could totally run this guy out of business. I can do those sound effects, and I can, like, squeeze tits. It'll be the new Zarathustra. Oh, he's getting real angry. That's some bad energy in there. Oh, he's getting aggressive. That top is coming off one way or the other, lady. Easy way or the hard way. Yeah, lady, just pee your pants. He doesn't like water sports. It's the only way to make him stop. Big old slurp in that one. There's a lot of bad energy there. There we go. Oh, that's the center of the bad energy. Yeah, he's identified it now. There goes all of her anxiety. Is the procedure over? Was it successful? Have you cured her of her back pain? Yeah, that's where the back pain's hiding. Oh, that playful back pain. Oh yeah, I'll get that back pain out for you. The psychic style. Oh, yeah, it's going down south. That back pain's trying to run away from me. You can hear the back pain. Oh, there it is. I think I got a handle on it. Nope, I was wrong. See, these hands, they'll honk your tits and help you feel better.
Zarathustra is a very
Does he even do any work on men?
After many years of study.
He's a 5th dimensional quantum healing master. What? I didn't even know it's possible to go above a 4th dimensional esoteric healing master. What? Oh my god. I take back all the jokes, man. This guy's not groping his patients. He is bringing them to the next plane. Immediately just getting rid of the man so he can go honk some tits.
As a healer, when you're capable to raise...
Okay. I don't like that he speaks English. That ruins my immersion. A real 5th dimensional quantum healing master wouldn't need to know how to speak English. He'd speak with his as he's squeezing your nipples. As we've seen him do multiple times already. What's up everybody, it's Critical. I saw this video here today as I was scrolling through Facebook while taking a nice hard shit. I don't really go on Facebook often. In fact, the only time I ever do it is when I'm just dropping a steaming loaf. And this video actually really upset me. It turned my once peaceful shit into a more aggressive colon cleanse. I'll just go ahead and play it now, and I'm sorry about the flyheight.com thing that's having a seizure over there. I don't know what the fuck that's about. I wouldn't recommend going to the site because that's pretty shady, and also it's a really stupid name. It's like calling your company Underwater Wetness. It's just stupid.
Don't fucking say hello to me, bitch. Don't fucking say hello. I don't play that sexual harassment shit. Let me get your address.
So right away, she lets you know why she's so upset and offended, because this man had the audacity to say hello to her. This fucking fiend dared to show some politeness to a stranger to try and make that stranger's day a little more positive and just try and be friendly. And then for some reason, she's looking for his address on his license plate. I don't think she understands how license plates work, but his address may not exactly be Turbo Steel Lord or whatever his license plate might say on it.
Bitch, you don't fucking say hi to strange women you don't know, bitch. 3889492. Bitch, you shouldn't have been sexually harassing me. I can call the cops on you for that.
Good.
Now she's threatening to call the cops on this lunatic who dared say hello to her. He was sexually harassing her. And this is actually a really troubling and scary trend that's been going on recently, especially with the whole humongous thing that blew up not too long ago, where people claim sexual harassment on genuinely anything, and what it does is it makes a mockery of it and makes actual sexual harassment not be taken as seriously, and it's just fucking ridiculous. They'll literally claim it on anything. People claim sexual harassment if a flower is growing too close to them and they don't like the look of that flower. If they don't get enough marshmallows in their Lucky Charms, they'll claim that General Mills is sexually harassing them. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Fat funky motherfucker, who the fuck you think you're talking to? Don't fucking say hello to me.
Then get gone. You shouldn't be
No,
here.
bitch, I should be here. Why the fuck you gonna say I shouldn't be here?
Why shouldn't I be here saying hello to people?
Don't fucking say hello to me.
This is just wiener breaking to see. Look at his face. It looks like he's about to cry. And the way he says it, why shouldn't I be here saying hello to people? That's just an innocent thing to say. That's just a guy who's saying hello to people because he's in a good mood. He's outside, he's working, he's having a nice day, and he wants other people to have a good day too, so he's saying hello to them, you know, extending a friendly gesture to these people, and this lady just goes absolutely fucking berserk on him over absolutely nothing. And there is no doubt in my mind that that'll totally change how he talks to strangers, and he probably won't say hello to people like he was in the past, which is a fucking shame, because we need more people to do that.
I'm gonna call the cops.
Go, bitch. Do what the fuck you want to do.
Hey, what's your license number? Can I have your license number?
Fucking drunk. What you gonna call the cops on me for? Bitch, you don't be sexually harassing motherfuckers, bitch, and now that I'm standing against your white ass, you got a fucking problem with it.
All I do is say hello.
Don't say shit to me, bitch.
Yes, God forbid someone make any attempt to communicate with you. You are just way above us mere mortals, really. Princess ruler of all creation. I guess this woman just wants to live in solitude and isolation so that way no one could ever say anything to her.
Fucking weirdo.
I'm no weirdo.
Yeah, you are fucking weirdo.
All I do is say
I'm
hello.
calling you on your sexual
Would you
harassment,
call the
bitch.
cops, please? Tell them to come down here and get this crazy broad off my
No,
ass.
bitch. You were fucking crazy. You
All I
dealing with
did
a
was
crazy.
say hello.
Yeah, you called me crazy, bitch. Called me a nigga too while you at it. I own that
Why?
shit.
I'm not prejudiced.
I don't give a fuck. You don't say hello to me. You thought, oh, she a cute little black chick. I'ma say, don't fucking say shit to me, bitch. Fuck no. Well, he say hello to you, bitch. He can talk to you. Fuck you gonna call him on for? Stupid hoe. He's calling cops. Fucking whips. Call the cops. Call the cops. Call the cops, bitch. I got your license plate, bitch, and I know where y'all live.
So let me just get this out of the way. I'll address the elephant in the room. I don't know what the fuck the best days of old means. It's just a stupid annotation that popped up on this sketchy ass video. It's probably some reference to J.R.R. Tolkien's work. But anyway, one big thing I want to point out here is this woman is insulting him for wanting to call the cops when that is exactly what she wanted to do. So this goofball is more or less insulting herself as she is insulting this man for wanting to call the cops. And this is just the type of person who walks around looking for confrontation. She fucking pulled over to insult this man and claim sexual harassment. I'm guessing he must have waved at her and shouted hello as she was driving by, which I'm imagining he does for a lot of people in that neighborhood. And she got so upset by this that she fucking slammed on those brakes and fucking drifted maybe, you know, some Tokyo Drift Fast and Furious style shit. What the fuck do you just say to me? Hello? Did I just hear a fucking hello? Gets out of the car, storms over there, and then films it all. She fucking films this herself. She's so delusional that she thinks she is in the right and that people will agree that this man was sexually harassing her. She is so fucking oblivious to reality. It's unreal. And I think everyone would unanimously agree that this woman acted like a silly sandwich here and was just being a big old asshole to this guy for no reason. And at first I thought this was just a satire, a well-made and in poor taste satire of the humongous sexual harassment ordeal. But I went on this woman's Instagram, and it turns out she's just genuinely insane. Almost her entire Instagram is dedicated to her walking around topless in LA and then calling out people she believes are sexually harassing or racists. And then there's also a lot of posts that are praising Hitler and trying to convince people that Hitler just was a misunderstood guy with good ideals. And then there's some really jarring shit such as this right here. This is a picture of her abortion. I'm happy that little parasite bastard is gone, little fucker. And it just goes on and on. I'm dropping docs and will fuck with your life. Hashtag kids and all motherfuckers. I don't get it. So she's got this picture of this fucking melted grape Jolly Rancher on her bathroom floor. I'm assuming she's about to eat it. And she says anyone that doesn't agree with her is going to get doxxed by her and have their life ruined by her. And first of all, I don't think she understands how to use a computer to that level when she doesn't even have mastery over understanding how license plates work. She's probably one of those people that thinks that hackers can get their bank account info from a fucking digital alarm clock. So I don't think anyone has anything to fear in that regard. And second of all, why is she so unbelievably hostile? The only people following her Instagram are her friends and her family. Why is she being like this towards them? Only them? Hey, listen here, you anus sacks. If you don't like this candy bar I just placed on the floor, then come at me. I'll dox your shit, Grandma. I will take your shit down. I don't get it. She's just a really aggressive person. And there's so much other weird shit on her Instagram, such as these two pictures. She's got more than this, but she's having dinner with a glass of menstrual blood. Ah, yes, just like Mother used to make. Every Saturday, we used to all gather around the table, have nice Totino's party pizza rolls, and Mom used to prepare the most exquisite glass of menstrual blood to cleanse our palate. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, and don't let me forget that in the this one right here, this big old glass of menstrual blood also has a nice tinge of urine to it. Nothing really brings out the flavor, quite like some good old urine too. Now obviously I can't prove whether or not it's really menstrual blood and urine. I'm hoping it's not, but there's a good chance, judging by the rest of her Instagram, that it is. And yeah, this woman's fucking insane. I just kind of wanted to talk about this video and her as a person because I really hope no one tries to follow this example she's trying to set. She has a whole YouTube account too dedicated to just harassing people in public and spouting some absolute fucking nonsense, and the videos are like 40 minutes long, so I wasn't going to sit there and watch all of them. But it's absolutely ridiculous, and this woman is insane. That's it. See ya.